Hello everyone. You guys, you will never believe what just happened. So I went to turn on my other device over here. So I hope I don't lose you guys. It decided to go ahead and start updating my other device while I'm in a live video. Can you guys believe that? It's saying verifying, so I'm hoping that it can stop and I can catch it without it actually doing its thing, but ugh, I think it just shut itself down. Dang it. Because I like to be able to see your guys' comments. But anyways, it is what it is. I guess I'll just have to keep popping up and looking and seeing who's all in here. Hello, Florence. Hello, Susan. So today is Thursday, the last Thursday of April. Can you guys believe that? Isn't that like super crazy? It seems like it was just New Year's, right? Well, I actually just remember it being Christmas. So that lets you know where I'm at. But it just seems really ridiculous how this year has already flown by us. Hold on, you guys. My camera keeps drooping. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Yep, that looks a little bit more straight. It keeps, like, when I let go of it, it decides to kind of do this droopy business, and then nothing lines up. That looks pretty good right there. So, the last Thursday of April, so that means we are just, you know what, just like less than a week away from our new annual catalog starting, which is that new 2022-2023 catalog. It is full of beautifulness. I mean, I've always loved Stampin' Up! Catalogs, don't get me wrong, but I think looking at this one, I am truly in awe. There is just so much in this that, and of course, you know how I am. I've got to have it all. I can't afford it all, but I want it all. But it's so much fun to sit down with one of these catalogs. And even if you are not into Stampin' Up, this is full of inspiration. There's just so much beautifulness in it. And we, you know, those of us who love Stampin' Up, we know the quality that we are getting out of our products of Stampin' Up's items. So just know, a couple days away, this is going to be going live and you guys can start ordering out of that beautiful catalog. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about today, so this paper pumpkin that we're doing right now is called The Change is Beautiful. This is the one that is all about like the butterflies and metamorphosis and the change in life and all the good things that come with that. But this one is no longer available for you guys to get. Now, if you've already gotten this paper pumpkin, I did see on there that a refill kit is available for this. But right now, you guys can purchase and subscribe to the Celebrating in Color. Now, since we have a new catalog coming out, and since we have new colors, our new in colors for 2022-2024, this kit that is coming for next month, for the month of May, it has some of those in colors in it. So it says creating elegancy, colorful cards for all of life's celebrations. Create magic with the new 2022-2024 in color with this paper pumpkin kit. With vivid pops of green and red and a range of blues, these colors are perfect for fun festives. Plus, you can also send gift cards with the included coordinating gift card holders. So that's pretty cool right there. Stampin' Up! Kind of did a really cool little thing for us who are their customers. They are doing every May paper pumpkin subscriber will get a chance to win a golden voucher worth $25. So if you guys ever saw the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, you know the golden ticket. I mean, we all kind of remember that as a kid, that in the chocolate bar you could get the golden ticket. So there's going to be one of those golden tickets, or they're calling it a voucher, inside of one of these paper pumpkins that is going out to a lucky winner. So, hey, subscribe to this box and it may be you. And then you get to use $25 towards a purchase of products. But wait, I want to tell you guys about this because this just got released today. So I know some of you guys are on the fence about joining my team and becoming a demonstrator because it's kind of scary because you don't know all the details about it. Well, let me tell you, in the month of May, don't wait any longer. You're going to want to sign up at the month of May. So when you sign up for a starter kit, you get to pick $125 worth of product and pay only $99 plus whatever your state tax is. Shipping is already included in your $99. But from May 3rd to May 31st, they are going to be adding a new in-color, they're calling it the, where did I see it? The in-color kit, I believe it's what it was. So it says, become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator today, ready to start your Stampin' Up! Business and style. Now, don't be intimidated by the word business. You do not have to make a business when you buy a starter kit. You can do this as a discount shopper and just enjoy the discount that you get from being a demonstrator. So it says business and style, then sign up between May 3rd and May 31st to be a demonstrator or discount shopper, no judgment, and get brand new in-color products for free when you join. So let me tell you a little bit about that. You're not dreaming, although admittedly this deal is pretty dreamy. Sign up and you'll get the $99 starter kit filled with your pick of products to get your business blooming, plus a selection of papers and inks from the 2022-2024 in-color collection. More products mean more crafting, which means more projects to inspire all of your new customers. Or again, you don't have to deal with the business aspect of it. No wonder great value never goes out of style. So when you sign up, plus as a demonstrator, you will have the early access to the amazing products, exclusive perks, and opportunity to earn additional income, and an incredible community of crafters and creators. So when you sign up, you will also get the free products that you're going to get one of the in-color grid papers, pack of the 2022-2024 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and all 5 of the ink pad collection, along with that new designer series paper 6 by 6 pack as well. So way cool that they add that to your starter kit. So that's pretty awesome. All right, I have you can still register. You still have time to register for my annual catalog paper share. This is where you get a sample of some of the in-color, most of the upcoming DSP in the new catalog for $55. You get a quarter pack of each one of the packs coming up. There's just a certain few that I didn't do, like some of the last year's in colors, all they did was change design. I didn't add that. If you want to know more details on that, you can go over to my blog, and right towards the center of, after you read the logo, right below that, there's a home button, and then there's a button that says 2022-2023 annual catalog paper share. It tells you exactly what papers are going to be included in this paper share and how to sign up for that as well. I have adhesive kits that are ready to go out the door and be mailed to you. You will get everything that is shown in this picture. You get one of the mesh bags with a 6-inch clear ruler, a full pack of the mini dimensionals, a full pack of regular size dimensionals, one of our green glues is what I call it, but it's the mono adhesive liquid glue. You get a full pack of Terran tape, also glue dots. You get a adhesive remover, which is one of these that it cleans off all that goop, that if you have a brand new one of these, which you're getting, sometimes it likes to kind of make a mess. So you want to have one of these. And then there's a sand eraser that is in there as well. The sand eraser likes to kind of clean off. Where did mine go? I just had it sitting here. Dang it, because I want to, oh, here it is. So say you drop your ink or you get a little smudge or whatever, or you push a little bit too hard on your stamp. If you just take this, and you're going to have to be aggressive with it, and just keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, because there's sand in it, it will wind up taking that smudge off because it's kind of abrasive. Oh, geez. My camera really flipped that time. Hold on. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Why this is drooping on me. Sorry, you guys. You guys are probably going, we're slowly fading. Hold on. Don't get sick while I move this thing around. My goodness. I don't know why this thing is doing this so bad right now. Goodness. Okay. I think everything is super tight. I'll have to keep getting up and looking. Sorry, you guys. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Rhea. Who else did I see? Hello, Debbie. Hello, Peggy. So, sorry, you guys. I didn't even look up to see that the thing's dropping. Is this thing done? Ooh, hold on. You know what? I think my other device might be done. Oh, it is. Hallelujah. Woohoo. Well, let's make sure. I don't speak too soon, right? And also, right now, this is my current host code, minus the piece of cat hair on there. This is my current host code. So when you go into my store and you place an order, when you hit that checkout button, always make sure that it shows my picture up here in the corner and it says you're shopping with Danny Garola. Unless you're a demonstrator yourself or discount shopper, you're going to want to see your own picture. And then come over here after you hit this checkout button. It's going to say add host code. That's where you're going to place this code as long as your order is under $150. If your order is over $150, don't use this code. You're going to get some rewards, and I want you to have those. All right, so how do you get to my blog if you want to see all the good things? Like you want to go in there and you want to check out that paper share, or just go over there and look at when I'm done with this. I will upload this video. I will also put some still photos on there. I'll give some dimensions, all those good things. How do you get there? You simply go to stampinthepinkbarn.com. That will take you right to my blog. How do you get to my store? How do you go shopping with me? Simply go to dannygarola.stampinup.net. That is my landing page. Scroll over, or you don't have to scroll over, but just look over and hit that little shop button and it'll take you directly into my store. Okay, let's see if I can get, ooh, there we are. Wow, it worked. Oh, hold on to your britches. We have takeoff. All right, good. It's working. Sweet. Now I can see when you guys say things. Okay, it looks like we're all good. Okay, you guys, I have some super cute projects to show you tonight coming from this kit. So this kit is the one that has these amazing little butterflies. And if you guys watched me on Monday on my live that I do every Monday, I was telling you guys that my daughter, we do Montessori school with her and with our homeschool. And right now we are in the cycle of a butterfly's life. So this, oh my gosh. So you guys, I can't wait to show you guys the scrapbook page that I came up with. Now I don't have pictures to go on the scrapbook page yet because our butterflies are still chrysalis. So they look like this right here. They're still in their little cocoons. They have not done their change of life into a beautiful butterfly. They haven't done that yet. So I am continuously taking pictures, and I can't wait for them to actually come out of their cocoons and have my daughter hold one of those butterflies and get a snapshot of that. So this worked perfect for us. Okay, this one came with this amazing little stamp set here. It also has a little caterpillar and then a bird that's like in a butterfly that is in flight. Then you've got the full butterfly here, which we're going to be stamping with that one. And then you've got some really cool stamp sets. Now, the one thing about Paper Pumpkin, these are all exclusive to these Paper Pumpkins. You'll not find the stamp set anywhere else. So that's one of the other cool things that you're going to love about your Paper Pumpkin is only Paper Pumpkin kits or Paper Pumpkin subscribers are going to get these stamp sets. So you can't buy them anywhere else. Look at these super cool. I was actually just looking in the catalog when my mom was just over here, and I told her, I go, do we sell these? Did they put these in the new catalog? They didn't. They did put a couple of things that are awfully similar to it. There is the, what is it, the heart? It looks like an iridescent heart. There's two other ones, and there one's like a frosted look and one is like a pearl look, that look kind of like these iridescent little stones. And then they've also done iridescent pearls in this new catalog. But these are really kind of cool. I thought, wow, they look like almost like little stones. They're very misshapen. They're not round, and they're not, you know, heart-shaped or anything like that. You get a full sheet of dimensionals. And as you can see, I've been playing with this to get everything set up. So things are cut up and moved around and whatnot. It comes with 3 sheets of these die-cut lasered images here. These ones I've already popped out because I'm using them for our projects today. Then it comes with, and again, like I said, I've already cut things up. It comes with 3 of the yellow starred envelopes, 3 of the Melon Mambo, which is the color of this kit. The little ink, stamp and ink spot there. And then it came with 3 of these as well, but I've cut up one of each of them to do for one of the cards. We have, oops, these are all my little extra bits. You get 3 of, and I love the fun fold that they have in these. What the heck was that? There's like a little black something. These are like a fun fold. So these were meant to go like this, and then they fold out like that. But look at the back side. Really kind of cool, where you can write a little sentiment in there. So I've cut up one of these, so that's why for now you're going to see that I only have 2 of those cards there. This one, 3 of those, and again it folds like this. So look at that, you see the change of the flower from kind of like a seedling all the way to a full bloom. And again, on the back, it gives you that little place to write your sentiment. Then this one, you'll see I've already punched all these little things out of one of these, and I cut it in half. But when this card folds like this, and you see, like, let me punch this one out, and I'll show you. I'm not going to take the time to punch all those little stars out, but if you can see, there's some stars on here that you punch those out. They're like laser cut already for you, or die cut, whatever you want to call it. And then when you fold this, on the outside, you're going to see through those. And then when you open it, it's daytime. So pretty neat on that one. And then, as always, it comes with all of the directions on how to put each one of your, let me get all this stuff put away. We're going to need some of these. But put the stuff away that I don't need because I already have the stuff set aside. It also comes with your full 3 sheets of how to put these guys together. Oh, actually, that's the inside of the card. My bad. They're showing it. Well, it is the back, but it's going to have your sentiment on that also. I didn't even look at how these cards were put together because I already knew in my mind kind of what I was doing with them. All right, so let me move this and let's get started. Also know that these kits are kind of an all-in-one shebang, so you don't really have to add anything to it. I add things to it because here I am making alternatives. So your very first kit that you get is going to have a block in it. This is because they want you to be able to open and go with this box. So you will even get a block to be able to mount your stamps on in your first kit. They have included a ink in there, and what I like to tell people is the best way to use these is when you mount your stamp on there, which I'm not using the one that came with the Paper Pumpkin. I'm using the ones that I have. But always, a good thing to know, and this is completely your optional, you can stamp however you wish, but I think it's easiest if you take the stamp and you go this way and you add the ink, then going this way and trying to make sure you're getting ink all over that, because sometimes you'll miss a little spot and then when you go to stamp it's like, oh geez, ugh, I didn't get ink all over it. This way you can see exactly where you're putting all the ink. So just kind of one of those little tips that I like to let you guys know. Hello, Pam. Let me take a drink really quick. It's awfully dry down here in Tucson, Arizona, and it is extremely windy. Ugh. The wind has been ridiculous down here. I don't know what the deal is, but it has been kicking up so much dust and dirt. I have to go over to our, like in front of my TV, we have a short little, what's it called? Like a short little table. And I'm forever dusting the thing because it's dark wood. So it shows all the dust. It's really gross. Okay, let me move this. And then let's get started with the first project. Now, this one is kind of just on a whim because I wanted to use this piece here. Now see how I was telling you that I cut out, or that I punched out all those little stars? So that's where I was saying that those are die cut. I then cut myself just a piece of scrap of gold foil here. And I thought I would bring in my border dies. These are called the basic border dies. Now these are awesome. You get quite a few of these in this pack. What is it, 6 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. And these come in all sorts of shapes for doing borders on your paper and your cards. These also are great for envelopes. So I pulled out this one here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I kind of like that with the gray cardstock to do, this would be my card base here. But I'm going to move this where I see about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch, whatever, sticking out the side here. And then I'm going to run this through, ooh, minus the cat hair. The cats get up here and like to hide behind here in the window. I'm going to line this up on here. I'm going to cut them both together so I make sure that that gold foil is going to be the same line up with this card when I pop it off this side over here. So let me cut that out. So you know what's crazy is, so I called today, we've been noticing my daughter having a little bit of seizure activity, and she's been seizure free for the last little bit over 2 years, but they've kind of started up again. My guess is it probably has to do with premenopausal, I guess, or menopausal, not menopausal, premenstrual. And because I think she's getting pretty close. She's going to be 13 in June. So I'm thinking she's probably getting pretty close to her womanhood. And with that being said, I know a lot of our kiddos that have my daughter's condition wind up having seizure activity when we're doing that. So on with the story here. I called up to her neurologist, and we are going to, I don't know, for some of you guys that remember last year, the end of June, we took her up and she had a week stay in the hospital because they did an extensive EEG on her. Well, it just happens to be that their opening schedule, and with my husband's surgery coming up, we're actually going to be there again for a 3 to 5 day stay up at the Phoenix Hospital, the Phoenix Children's Hospital, the same exact week that we were there last year. So the very last week of June. I thought that was so crazy. I was like, really? How did that work out? Okay, so I am going to just apply some glue on here in these areas that... Oh, and I don't know if you guys saw some pictures. We went to our county fair. So because of the pandemic, we the fair has been closed down for the last 2 years. So normally my kids do 4-H, but because, like I said, with everything being closed down, we kind of just lost interest in the 4-H thing. We have all the animals here on the farm, so no really need to go do that. And but it was cool going to the fair and seeing, you know, some of the old friends that we, oh, see, I just got glue on there. Seeing some of the friends that we have had from previous 4-H years. Ooh, that really just made a mess on there. Well, I'll have to take a baby wipe when I'm done and get that goobery stuff off, because I don't think this is going to take this off of this. Oh, maybe it will. I just wasn't applying enough pressure. Oh, nope. I'm just making it more of a mess. All right. I'll have to clean that with a baby wipe. But anyways, you guys get what I'm doing here. All right. I think I need to cut this down because I think it's too big. So this base is going to be 5.5. Yep. Way too big. 5.5 by... Got glue everywhere today. 5.5 by 8.5, and then we're just going to fold it like this. And now we have a card base that is 4.25 by 5.5. Okay, so this is going to go landscape style like this. And I'm just going to put that on here, just like that. Ooh, that's really going to bother me. Hold on, let me grab a baby wipe. I don't know if you guys can see that in frame, but boy, can I see it, and yuck, it's ugly. That's one thing with using the foil. You really have to be careful to not get any smudgies on there. Okay, that's going to go there. And then what I was thinking is I could do a either a little black strip across the bottom here with a sentiment, or just stamp right on here once I know that I have my placement. This one was completely on a whim today. The other ones I had planned out. This one I just kind of was like, I wonder how that would look. So this may or may not turn out all that great. But I just kind of liked that foil behind. Okay, so we've got a couple of different sentiments that say, this one is, every day is a new day. Beautiful things take time. I believe in you. May this new season hold wonderful experiences. I am so proud of who you've become. So those are some great sayings on there. I'm going to say every day is a new, well, hold on a minute now. Yep, that'll work. Every day is a new day. Especially since this was kind of like nighttime. Now, you know, in my mind, I was thinking that I was going to put a little black strip across there, and I was going to do it with white embossing powder, but I think it might just look good in black, because, or I was debating between that or the gold, but I think it's going to look good in just black down there. All right, let's get this adhered to this card. Just like that. And then, oh, not Versamark. I'm going to take the Memento. And maybe even put it right in the center. I think that'll look better. And don't stick your finger in the ink. Okay, there we go. Ooh, see, that's just going to drive me nuts. I'm just going to keep messing with it and playing with it, and then I'm going to really destroy it. So, We can add some of these little pretty sparklies on here. I'm going to put one right at the end of that little shooting star there. So there is project number 1. That was on a total whim. I didn't know how that was going to turn out, and I still don't know if I like it, especially since I messed it up. But hey, you know what? You guys get the idea, and it's kind of, I like the fact that it could be a masculine card. That's what I was kind of thinking when I saw this, because the other ones look, you know, kind of more pinky and kind of more girly. I mean, not to say that they are for girls, but you guys know what I'm saying. All right, so on to the next one. Okay, so with this one, I brought myself in a Bermuda Bay, which, oh, I didn't even read off the colors to you guys. The colors in this kit are just so bright and cheery. So the colors that are in this one are Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Bermuda Bay, Crushed Curry, Evening Evergreen, Granny Apple Green, and Melon Mambo. So holy smokes, that'll put you in the spring mood. Okay, so this is going to be our card base. 11 by 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Then this is part of that envelope that I was telling you about, that I cut some of the envelopes apart. So see, there's the flap of the envelope. I just cut one of those apart to use that Melon Mambo pink piece. So this is going to go on the front of our card, slanted like this. And then I brought in oh, let me tell you what I cut this down to. This I cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then I brought in a piece of basic white, and this is 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of the technique called Joseph's coat. That's what I'm going to do on this. Now, I took just a little piece of scrap paper, and I wanted to show you that there could be 2 different options for this card, and it can come out beautiful either way. So you could take a piece of basic white. It was the same size, 3 1/2 by, what did I say? 3 1/2 or 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. And you could take it, and you could take this butterfly and you could stamp it in those different colors that I was saying. So I use Melon Mambo, Crushed Curry, Bermuda Bay, and Granny Apple Green. And do you see how that goes on there and looks so beautiful with those colors? But I'm going to show you guys Joseph's coat. This technique has been around for quite a while, but nonetheless, it is beautiful, and I think it's going to look amazing in these colors. Okay, so you can see that I've got all these brushes sitting out here, and I've got my inks. So I have Bermuda Bay, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple, and Melon Mambo. I'm not going to use Granny Apple because when I tried this the other yesterday, when you mix these 2 colors together, you get a green, and it almost turns out just like Granny Apple Green. That I did, it was kind of redundant to bring in another green when these will do the job for me. Okay, let's get myself some space, move that out of the way. So I'm going to come in with my lightest color first, which is Crushed Curry. Now, when I typically tell you guys to do this, I always say to smear some off onto the side first. You don't need to do that this time, because it's going to look sloppy at first, but just wait with me and go with it here. And just wait till you see what this is going to look like. And like I said, at first it's going to look, you know, because you're going to see all these little swirly marks, but that's okay. The swirly marks are good right now. And depending on the intensity is how long you're going to stay in that spot. I kind of like that dark intensity because I really want to see that coming behind those butterflies when I go to stamp it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone for the moment and then bring in my Bermuda Bay. And these are our stamping blend brushes, our stamping brushes that we sell here through Stampin' Up. And they are fabulous. Now, do you see what I was saying? That when I mix these two into that green, or into the yellow, it turns out to be darn near Granny Apple Green. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to bring in some Melon Mambo. And now do you see when I put that Melon Mambo over that Bermuda Bay, what that turns into? It turns into almost like a Night of Navy. And then it'll kind of turn orange when I put it over the crushed curry. Oh, good thing that was the back side of that. Okay, so see what I'm talking about? It doesn't look anything spectacular right now, but just hold on. Let me show you what we're gonna do now. Okay, you really want to give this time to dry. This needs to be as dry as possible. So my advice is to take your heat tool and just kind of run your heat tool over it, even on low, just to make sure that you get that ink to dry. Now this is a messy, and we haven't even hit the messiest part yet, but this is a messy technique, but the end result is beautiful and rewarding, so it's well worth it. Well, Peggy, I'm glad that you came in late. I love seeing you guys come in, whether you come in from the start or come in halfway through it. I love seeing you. Okay. To aid on the side of caution, even though I'm pretty sure that's dry now, I'm going to grab my embossing buddy. Now, we do not sell these anymore. Why? I have no idea, but you can find some that are very similar on, what am I trying to say? Amazon. You can also, I've even heard of some people making their own and using cornstarch. I've never done that, so I don't know how well that works, but because I don't want my hands to touch this because I have oils on my fingers, but I really want to make sure I get this nice and powdered up. And you are going to get a little bit of transfer of ink on there, and there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, you're so sweet, Peggy. Thank you. Okay, so there we go. What did I just get on there? A little piece of that chalk or whatever that is, cornstarch. Okay, so there we go. We're going to do that, and then I'm going to turn my fan so I don't make a hot mess with my embossing powder, because God only knows a fan and embossing powder, the two don't mix. It's not peanut butter and jelly, trust me. Okay, so then I'm going to bring this butterfly in, Now, when you stamp this on here, you will see, oops, I guess I need to turn this way because I want to make sure that my butterflies are kind of orientated upwards. Not that it's really going to matter because they're going to be all over the place. But this will, since this is a watermark kind of a ink, you're going to see it kind of pull some of those. I'll show you when we're done here. Now, because I can see, I don't know if you guys can see the glare on there, I can kind of see where I've stamped that. And I just kind of watch to make sure that I'm not stamping over my images. But I don't know if you guys can already see it starting to pick some of the color up there. It lifts that color. Let me zoom you guys in just a skosh. If you can see, it kind of picks up some of the color off of where some of those butterflies have been stamped on there. Okay, now we're going to get this out of the way so we don't make a mess. I'm going to bring in clear embossing powder. Make sure I can find the tab that has my lid. And then grab my little thing here and put it where I don't have a butterfly. And since hopefully I dried this enough, and I put that embossing powder, or I mean I use that embossing buddy, hopefully my little characters will get embossing powder right in the right spots and not make a mess all over my card. I think it's time to buy some more clear. Okay, I think that worked out pretty good, actually. Okay, so now I'm going to put the lid on this. Okay, and then now I'm going to grab my heat tool. I'm going to flick this one more time. Oops, I'll flick it off of there, but okay. Now let's grab the heat gun again. And we're going to melt that clear powder. And see, you're going to see that powder disappear because it is being melted. And it is going to leave it kind of a glossy look. And you'll see and know if it's completely melted because you'll lose that, it almost looks like a sand on there. And once that sand turns into a complete glossy look, then you know that your embossing has completely melted and is where you need it to be. Okay, this is where the fun part comes in and the messy part. Okay, so you're going to need a paper towel, and then I'm just going to grab my Memento, Now, typically after you do this, you want to go ahead and re-ink your pad because we're going to use a lot of this black right now. Luckily, this is just a small piece, but nonetheless, you're going to see what we're going to do here. We're going to get kind of aggressive with this black, and we're going to really get it in. I really want it to get down inside of those little crevices of those butterflies. So I'm just going to keep working it around and getting that black, and maybe turn my pad. And then I'm going to turn this again and just come back down here one more time. Make sure I really got that dark and over that ink. Okay, because I can see a little bit of blue peeking through there. Okay, I'm going to give that a few seconds to dry because otherwise, I mean, it already makes me a mess. I'm just going to come in here with my heat tool one more time on the low setting and just give that black ink a second to dry. I'm not applying a lot of heat because I have it on the low setting, but I'm just giving that ink just a moment to soak in. Now you don't want to wait forever because this is when you're going to come in with a paper towel and you're just going to wipe over. Now see what that just did? Let me zoom you guys in just a skosh more. Oh, maybe I'm all the way zoomed in. Oh no, I'm not. Okay, now watch. So see this butterfly right here? See how it looks a little dull? Watch what I'm going to do. Just picking up that black off of that clear embossing powder just made that butterfly come alive. Did you guys see that happen? Now watch, we're going to do that with all of these. So that color that was underneath there is now popping through the clear embossing powder. So yes, this technique is a little time consuming, but I think it is so worth it when you have such vibrant colors that can go so well together and make such a beautiful card that you're going to wow the heck out of whoever the recipient is for this. And they're going to be like, how the heck did you do that? What did she do? Okay, so I'm going to pull you back out a little bit and then we're going to put this card together. Isn't that gorgeous? And who comes up with these ideas? I'm telling you right now, I don't understand, but hey, kudos to them because whew, they get us all where we need to be, right? Okay, so this is where I wanted to show you the difference in how you can make this card. You can do it with the white piece on there, or look what it looks like when we take the white off and we do the black. Holy, right? I mean, seriously, isn't that stunning? I just think that turned out so gorgeous on these colors. It really just makes everything pop. Okay, so let's get this glued together. And there are tons and tons of tutorials on YouTube by so many talented people how to do this Joseph's coat. I mean, yes, I just showed you how to do it, but there's always other people have their ways of doing it, and I'm not going to say that my way is always the best way, but it's kind of cool to just watch and see the ideas that people come up with. Okay, so I'm going to turn this one back this way just a skosh and do it on there like that. And then I was going to take one of these little, there's like a little banner, and hopefully, hold on, let me use this baby wipe really quick, because as you can see, I made a smudge on there because I have ink on my hands. So hold on, let's get some of this off. This is where your lava soap is going to come very, very handy. I always leave mine right in the bathroom. It's in a little dish, and I know whenever I'm using pinks and blacks and any colors that I might get all over myself. Now see, this is where I'm going to use this mono and come in here and just remove that smudge that I had on there. And we can take this and set this against this side over here and bring in our or we can put it right on the black. I hate to cover up any of those beautiful butterflies, but we need to have a sentiment on there. So let's see, where did I put the, okay, there it is. And let's see. Beautiful things take time. I'm so proud of who you've become. I like that, especially with these butterflies on here. And I think I might actually do that in the Melon Mambo. Or maybe Bermuda Bay, actually. Hello, Cheryl. You snuck in and I didn't see you pop up there. Okay, there's that. Okay, all right, now we're gonna pop that up with those dimensionals. Okay, just like that. And then of course we need to put a couple of these amazing little blingies on there because I just love the heck out of these. There we go. Aren't those so cool? Wow, I'm loving them. All right, so there is project number 2. And again, like I said, if you don't want to go through that much work, you could just take a piece of white and you could stamp that and it looks just as gorgeous. I mean, I do like this a heck of a lot more, but you've got options, or you could make another card using that. Okay, so where did I just put the, okay, there's that one, just to keep those together. All right, so this next one, I was kind of just playing around with scraps, and you'll see what I've got going on here. I cut out one of our little white circles from our layering circles, and then that is the flower that comes in this little die cut here. Then I have a strip of black, and then these are all the little scraps that came from those cards that I cut up. Then I also pulled out some of our gorgeous, this is that rainbow glimmer paper. And because of all the colors that are in this paper, it went, I thought, almost perfectly with this butterfly, the Change is Beautiful paper pumpkin. So I wanted to bring in some of the sparkle of it. And then I brought in, oh, I moved it over here, my banners Pick-a-Punch. So I could banner some of these little pieces here. If I can get that in there. So with the banner, it is 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1/2 inch is the width inside of these. And then this one I have to cut because again, it was part of my envelope, so I was just taking scraps that I had and just cutting them down into size so that I could just put them in here and create, oops, that didn't turn out very straight. That was a wonky banner. There we go, that's better. All right, let's do this one. Okay, I'm gonna move that one up there, that one up there, and that one up there. Okay, and then I'm going to start, move this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I had certain ones that I wanted to keep towards the bottom because of the colors that I had. Now when I slide this in, I'm making sure it goes all the way to the back. So when I keep pushing it in, I push it all the way to the very back so I know it's lining up when it stops. And then when I punch it, I'm just leaving that little banner there. Oh geez, that really came out bad. Guess I better flip it over and see what I'm doing here. Did he make it back? Really? Oh. Huh? No. Okay. So let me get these ones glued down first. Now I'm just lining it up with the top of my card. So the older gentleman that lives with us, he had neck surgery last week. Or the week before. That's why I couldn't be on the following Monday. Well, he just decided to go on a trip to the store. So he's got a cervical neck brace on. And I personally don't think he should be driving, but they said that as long as he's okay with thinking he can drive, then he can drive, which kind of torqued my hide, but hey, I'm not a doctor, but whatever. I was like, you know, I have kids that drive out there on the roads, and I have, you know, family that drive out there on the roads, and you're just... And so we can't say anything because he is an adult and he can make his own decisions, but I just asked my husband if he got home yet, and he said no. And so where are we at on time? Okay, so we've already been on here for an hour, and he left about 15 minutes before I started. And the stores are pretty close out here up the road from us, but I don't know. Okay, are you back? You guys have volume? Do we have volume back? Okay. Sorry, you guys. When my phone, when the battery gets low on it, it tells me something save mode or whatever. And when that comes up, it does something weird to Facebook Live. I don't know why it does it, but it does. So I just plugged my phone back in. Okay, so this is where, I don't know how much you guys missed, but this is where I'm going to do the white embossing powder on this little strip. And I think I messed up because I just did it in the center. So we're going to make this piece here. And I think I was going to put that flower. Ooh, that's almost too big. Yep, never mind. Maybe we won't put the flower on there. Maybe I'll do some of the little yellow flowers because since I only have one yellow strip on there, I think the little yellow die cuts will be good. So let's heat emboss this really quick. Let's hit it with a gun. Okay, just like that. And then that is going to go across there like that. And this is where I think we should bring in some of these little flowers. Since that big flower, I think, kind of consumes too much of the colors that we want to be able to see. It is a great way of using scraps, absolutely. And I knew since I had already cut up that envelope, I wanted to bring in, you know, some of those extra pieces that I had left over, like exactly what you're saying with the scraps. So, and then I just liked that shimmery paper, that rainbow paper on there because the colors were perfect. Oops, shoot. Don't get stuck yet. It wasn't ready for you. Okay, just like that. Now I have just a little, embossing powder. I have just a little snip right here to do on that to make that line up better. Okay, there we go. Now let's see. Get some of these scraps out of the way. Okay, yeah, I like it with these flowers on there. So I'm going to bring in some mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put a mini up towards this top, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue down here because I'm going to just glue that to this here. Let's still keep that dimension. And then this one as well. I think 4 might be overkill. So we're gonna just leave it like that and then grab these little guys. And add that to the center of those flowers to give them a pop of sparkle. All right, so there is card number 3. I just love exactly what you said, using up those scraps. How cool is that? And just layer them different ways and different heights. And I just think it adds so much to a card. All right, so that is card 3. Now let me move, oops, let's not lose this little flower here. Let me move this stuff out of the way and bring in the scrapbook page, because I have not completed it yet, but I did want to show you guys the idea that I came up with, and then we'll just kind of play with it. So I went to my computer and I got some copy paper, because when I go to lay my photos down, I like to lay them on photo paper. So those will be my photo mats. Okay, so this is kind of the idea that I was going with here, doing it 9x9 squares here, or not 9x9, but 9 squares, and then putting my little cocoon hanging. And then these are just taken from, oops, hold on, let me zoom you guys back out because we're still really close. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Just so you guys can see. And then again, I brought in some more of that shimmer paper. So the dimensions, this Bermuda Bay is 12 by 12. And then these little squares are 3.5 by 3.5. And then these little pieces that I've cut from the cards and all that are 3.25 by 3.25. But I wanted to, these are going to be photos right here. And then these 2 mats here are going to be photos. And these are 3.75 by 5.25. So it's for a 3.5 by 5 photo mat. Now these are going to get laid. One is going to go right like that, I think. And then, or maybe I'm not going to do that. I don't know. What I originally had thought was these were kind of moved around, and I had a photo down here. But I like, because of the theme that I was telling you guys about, that we're doing my daughter's butterflies, I liked the fact of having it look like it was going from the caterpillar stage to the chrysalis stage and then turning into the butterfly. So maybe I'm not going to use these. Maybe I'm just going to keep 3 photos, or maybe even take off this pink one and just have it, or actually go like this and maybe have the butterfly nope, I liked it better on, I was thinking maybe in the sky, since there's kind of like a scenery, but I don't like that. I think I like it back on the pink. It kind of just pops more over there. And then I have that flower sitting here. I don't know if maybe, nope. So this is where we kind of just, this comes together as I'm just seeing it. But I like to show you guys the idea of what I have in mind and what has come to me. And then, so maybe if I don't put that one on there and I just do 2 photos and 2 photos of my daughter doing her thing. And then I think up here I can either stamp right in this cloud to make that be, I have some of these flowers, or I could actually take some of these die cut clouds And I can actually pop some of those up on there. There's a star. I don't know. There's a little bit of playing around to do here, but I just wanted to give you guys the kind of the main idea of what I was looking at. Where did my stamp set go so I can see what kind of word? You guys see where I put it? Unless it's underneath here. Thought I moved the stamp set though. Oh, there it is. I was going to say I moved it, and I moved it real good. May this new season hold wonderful experiences. I believe in you. Every day is a new day. Beautiful things take time. I'm so proud of who you've become. Maybe beautiful things take time. That might be cool for her because of what we're doing here. And seeing the change. I wonder if a flower. Does that flower even go, or does it look like I'm just throwing something there? You know what I actually might do? I might stamp a couple of these butterflies on white and then just add a couple of them throughout once we get photos added, or even like pop it up in a corner and have it just be lifted up. I think that might be cute because then we can just add no flower. Yeah, I agree. It just looks like, I mean, it looks like I just threw it there, which I did, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it might be neat if I take some of these and I do them in a couple of different colors on some white, almost like, where did that other piece go? Almost like if I do a couple of these in different colors, and especially that melon, or you know what I could do? Oh, hold on. I just had a thought. Uh-oh, this could be scary. Danny's thinking, uh-oh. Hold on, let me grab a piece of, okay, so let me show you guys something really quick that I just thought of. Okay, so do you see how this butterfly has this pinks and the yellows there? What if we, now this could be bad, I don't know, no guarantees here that this is going to turn out, but we're going to wing it. Yes, there was pun intended in that one. Okay, so let's see if we do this with one of these little finger dauber thingies. Let me grab one that has, okay, that'll work. Oh, no, it won't. There's one with pink on it. All right, so if I do it in the crushed curry first, and then I take some of the melon mambo and go down the side of this butterfly and add some color, kind of like we've done in the past with some of those, what is this here for? With some of the flowers and the peach that I've done, I've used it with the dauber. All right, let's just try this. Oh my goodness, look how cool that is. Now, it's not completely dry, but do you see? You kind of get that same effect. Yes, this pink, even though that's melon mambo, that is very dark. So what if I go like this? What if I just kind of let that dry for a minute? What if I take this and just kind of add this in yellow over here, and then take it and just add this part in the mambo? So because this looks kind of orange, because I did the whole stamp in that first. And now I'm just going to kind of take this and just kind of dab that center so it doesn't look like it's so stark. Now let's try it. Oh, see, that kind of turned out better. Even though it's not kind of such a transition, like a softer transition as it is with that. This way, you don't, this doesn't look orange. This looks more pink because I don't have the yellow underneath it. So let's try that again. Let's do yellow, crushed curry, and then let's do some of this. And then I'm going to just lightly tap some of that off the center. Let's try it again. Yep, that works. All right, so with that being said, I will probably, I'm not going to sit here and fussy cut for you guys right now, but cut some of these butterflies out, and you guys will see the finished product when I post it on the blog, and I'll post some pictures here on Facebook. But let me bring that back in and show you guys that I will do some of this and then just kind of put some of these around. Well, probably put them off on photos, kind of like that. I was trying to think. 3 kind of looks good going down there. But this way, we can stamp that. What was that? So proud of who you've become. No, what was the other one? Beautiful things take time. I like that one. Now, I think I'm going to stamp that in Mambo, because we've got a lot of glue going on in here. Perfect. All right, so I think I'm going to play with this a little bit more and then take some photos. I'm going to pop this little guy up though with some dimensionals. Where did I put those big dimensionals? Oh, I don't know. Okay, and then I'm going to also pop these ones up. Oh, come on. Get off of there. What's going on? Okay, so I just fussy cut this cocoon out of that. And then I cut this flower off of the bottom part, or this leaf-like thing, off of the bottom part of where this was on that card. Because it just looked awfully naked, it being on. Just if I left the cocoon just like that, I mean, it just looked too naked for me. So I was like, okay, we needed to put something else on there. So that's when I just kind of fussy cut this little greenery out of here. Add that. Ooh, you know what this needs? This needs some Wink of Stella. We need to have a sparkly from my girl. We need to have some sparkle on this butterfly. So I'm gonna just Wink of Stella the wings. I almost said the leaves. This butterfly does not have leaves. It has wings. Okay. Even though it's on sparkle, we still need sparkle. We can't do too much sparkle, right? So that's going to sit there. I'm going to wait for that to dry a minute. And then I'm going to start gluing some of these onto these backgrounds. Now you can see the seam or the score line that was in on that card, but it didn't bother me because I still liked the print, and I figured who's really going to get that close to look and see the seam on there? And even if they do, oh well. Honestly, I liked this little leaf thing, and so I kind of tried to flatten it out with my bone folder, and again, it didn't bother me to the point where it was just, oh well. Okay, I'm gonna sparkle up these little flowers here, and I'm also gonna add some of those little where's it at? Oops, that's the empty package. They're laying around here somewhere. Oh, there they are. I'm going to add a couple of those to these little flowers. And you know what? Since we have some of these, and I'm just going to go just a couple of little strokes on this, because our cocoons that we have going right now, they actually have like a silk on them, and they are kind of like crazy shiny. And they've, you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to make it a little shiny. Okay, well, I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me glue all these things. I think you guys have the idea of what I'm going with. Like I said, I'll show some pictures, but you guys get where I'm going with this, and that I'm going to do these little things on the flowers and then get these things all straight, because if you guys sit here and watch me try to make these straight, I'm going to make myself crazy, and I'm going to make you guys crazy, because I'm kind of finicky about making sure that they look good and that they're straight. And I don't think you guys really need to want to sit here and watch all that. But you see where I'm going with this, and you get the idea, and I will post pictures when I'm done with it tonight and get this video uploaded to YouTube. And I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. Let me bring in the other 3 cards that we made. So we did this one right here using those little scraps. And see, and those are scraps off of like these pieces that I cut, and this piece here, that we used the Joseph's coat on that one. That was that technique. And then I just used that front piece of that card using the gold foil behind it, and just made kind of more of like a masculine card, or this could actually be a baby card. That would be kind of cute. You've got some of that shimmer in there, and then those colors are really kind of cool. I like that gold in there. And then of course we had to put some of those little sparkly jewels because they're just amazing. So, all right, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed these alternatives for the April paper pumpkin. Change is beautiful. And I will see you guys back here on Monday for our regular live. And don't forget to check out that promotion starting May 3rd. You guys can sign up under my team. You can join my team and have lots of fun and win prizes and learn so much there's to know about Stampin' Up! And you get all those in color products, all for $99. Like, who can't go wrong with that? So, all right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend. Thank you for coming in here and sharing your time with me. And I will see you on Monday. All right, take care, you guys. Bye.